Hello guys, welcome back to part 2 of this 5-part series where we talk about why we as a brand prefer and recommend using perfumes on clothes. And we have already spoken about part 1. Now we're talking about part 2, that's IFRA. So just let's jump into it. We're going to... So the first question, who or what is IFRA? IFRA is an association which was founded in 1973 in Geneva, Switzerland. So it's celebrating its 50 years. And IFRA basically works towards safety of fragrances. So basically, they do a lot of research with their research partner, that is RIFM, Research Institute of Fragrance Materials, who are from the US, New Jersey. And they work towards identifying materials used in fragrances or cosmetics which might not be or are not safe for skin or safe for humans as such. So yeah, they're doing this for a very long time now. They have these regular members: Firmenich, Givaudan, Symrise, Takasako, BASF, Robertet, IFF, and so on. No, these are the not so on regular members. And there are a few companies from India that are supporting members. One important question that comes up is that, is IFRA compulsory? In short, yes, for the IFRA members, and otherwise it is a voluntary system that can be followed. Like for example, we say we are IFRA non-compliant, but we do keep track of what's happening with certain raw materials. So we consider ourselves to be IFRA observant as a brand. So IFRA also has a particular library online which is free to access for everyone, where you can go and check out IFRA standards for materials that you would like to use in your fragrance formulations. And here you get to know whether the material is allowed to be used, or if it's allowed at a particular percentage, or is it allowed to be used freely. So those are the standards which I will talk about just in a minute. It's a negative list. There is this statement which you can read. IFRA is a negative list where they only mention the raw materials that need to be restricted or to be looked at. So they don't go through the whole XYZ thousands of materials and they say, okay, this allowed, that not allowed, this allowed, not. They just say that this not allowed, this allowed at this much percentage, and so on. So it's a smaller list. It's a negative list. And at the end of the day, when you see the standards, the percentages mentioned in IFRA is for the finished product. Now, sorry. What are the regulation types under IFRA? The first one is very simple: prohibition. You just cannot use this material in your formulation. The second one is mostly a combination of these two, that is specification and restriction. The restriction part clearly mentions that, this is the percentage of raw material that you can use in your finished product of the material that you want to use. Like for example, coumarin is at a 1.5%, I think, or probably lesser. Specification is again, they specify products like for oak moss. There is this particular specification or about musk xylene there. If 0.1% of the entire product that you are using has a particular type of musk in its composition, then you cannot use it, and so on. So you have to know your product very well in case you're planning to follow IFRA and sell your products in Europe. So yeah, IFRA is very prominent in Europe. Reformulation dates are also mentioned in the standards. What I mean by this is that when XYZ material gets either banned, prohibited, or restricted, or changes in restriction, IFRA gives out a particular date that you have to follow this particular new percentage or restriction in your formulations from or by this particular date. So yeah, I'll show you an example. So what are the categories under IFRA? Long back there were only three categories: skin contact products, rinse off products, and non-skin contact products, which then got to 11 different categories in the 42nd amendment of IFRA. Then now it's approximately 12 categories, which are then subdivided into total of 18 categories. But for perfumery, for us, the two main categories that I personally would keep track of is category 2 and 4. 2 is Deo roll-on body spray, and 4 is for perfumes as such. So IFRA, I'm hoping you have a little more understanding of IFRA. I know that this is not too much in detail, but this is the end of part 2, where I give a little understanding of IFRA. And do like this video, do share this with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. As I told in the previous one also, that we have a WhatsApp channel that you can follow for a little more regular updates on probably videos or products that or even offers on our products. So yeah, take care guys.